So do you think that poverty is an issue in Fredericton?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it is an issue.
I think it is. I do see a lot of people who are on the streets, especially at nighttime.
And if it's an issue for two people, then I think it's an issue for everybody.
And what percentage of people do you think experience poverty?
That's a good question.
5%? 2%?
I think more than we see and more than we think, because Fredericton is really good in hiding poverty.
It's 19.9%. Yeah, so is this surprising?
Yes. I mean, it seems quite high to me, considering we have such a small population in the city.
Like, that's 1 in every 5 people, right? So that's a lot. That's one of us. There's 5 people here, right? So
Who do you think is most affected by poverty?
It's hard to say, really. I don't know, yeah.
Well, I would say, I know for where I work, when we talk about that, it's people that are marginalized.
So people have mental health issues, and then single moms.
I think it's kind of people that grew up in it. It's a rut you can't really get out of.
You know, anyone that's kind of caught up in the secular motion of poverty would be most affected, and probably women.
So did you know that 52.7% of children in single-parent households live in poverty?
that could also be.
Do you think that's surprising?
Single parenting, yeah. That's now that you say it, it seems kind of obvious.
Do you think poverty is misunderstood in Fredericton, or what do you think people need to know more about it?
I think poverty is misunderstood in general. I don't think it's just our city. I think the attitude of like they're poor because they don't want to do anything is really pervasive.
I would say most likely it is misunderstood for the most part.
I think a lot of people need more information about poverty because they don't necessarily realize what the cause of it is. I think a lot of people think it's just due to like drugs or people being lazy, which isn't the case most of the time.
If I haven't been thinking about it, then it's something to very easily shuttle away. And when brought to the forefront, yes, I'm sure a lot of people would be more motivated to address it as an issue.
People to really educate themselves on the issue of poverty.
I think a lot of people think that people who experience poverty, it's like always their own fault. But sometimes people struggle with things and they can't get more money and like get good for themselves, I guess. So I think people really got to take the time to understand what they're going through.
I think it's a little bit misunderstood. Like a lot of people will just focus on homeless people and just like the visible aspect of people that live in poverty without really realizing that there are people that actually have homes and have jobs that are still living in poverty.
I think people have some different assumptions around people on social assistance that are probably a bit troublesome.
They just need to be aware of it and do more to help and not just pretend it doesn't exist.
Make like better systems to support those who don't have access to a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think it just needs to be revealed. It needs to be talked about, not hidden, and it needs to get more on political agendas, and it needs more people like you raising the awareness in the city. So regular person actually, so it becomes personal for people, because right now people think everything is just perfect in Fredericton, but it's not.